I don't know whoever just came in, but the sun came out when you got here, so I don't know if you can see those mallards through the trees. A couple hundred yards, about 100 yards ahead. I do apologize about the wind. It's windier than I thought, colder than I thought, rainier than I thought, but I've been cooped up inside all day. I don't want to go too far over that way. I don't want to disturb those guys. It's a bummer. And I apologize because they're cutting their grass across the creek. In fact, there they are. Or one of them. I'm hoping I can sneak past without disturbing them entirely too much. I want to go peruse my wood stockpiles. See really quick. Where are they at behind me on the move? I don't know how well you can see. The glare is awful right now. Those guys are on the move behind me. Glad they're moving. That helps me out a little bit. I don't believe I missed a chat, but let me double check. All right. I just gotta get out of this place. I just gotta get out of this place. This place is getting greener. I'm gonna turn the brightness up on my screen a little bit. I don't know what I enjoy more, this season now or the winter when it's just all whited out. They both have their appeal. I want to... No, let's leave that for now. I think I'll leave that for when I come looking for isopods. Wally, how you doing today? Very happy to see you. Blue Jays over there. Man, this is turning out to be an interesting day. It's rainy and cold when I walked out, but as you can see, this is just beautiful right now. And then it seems like as soon as the sun goes away, it immediately gets gloomy, gray, and rainy and windy. Man, this is beautiful. Hope you're having a good day, Wally and the other anonymous viewer, whoever that is. And I don't have anything big planned today. Just, I said I had to get out. I've been cooped up. My back is sore from doing laundry and cleaning after the nephew being here, the kids. I kind of let things go to have a little, in the interest of having a little more fun, and now I'm paying for that. Catching up on laundry, grocery shopping, had to put all that away. My back is awful. So it's Blue Jays. I hope that comes out well, but man. Glad the weather's there. Or glad the weather is nice there, I should say. I'm also glad the weather is there. I did. Uh-oh. I think I just had a mosquito. Um, I caught, and I feel silly as it's the first introduction I've had to the gentleman you talked to today. Goodness gracious. It's bioactive something or the other, and I feel like such an adult right now. But I was watching that podcast today, and it was really nice. One of the things, and it's been a subject either directly or tangentially or tertiary in a lot of these conversations with videos, but the whole concept of long form content versus the shorter content, and the fact that it's a compromise navigating those constantly. So I like getting to hear you guys connecting, nerding out over just various stuff, the connections you guys make at the shows, the experiences you've had, and especially because I've not been to a show, which, oh, that reminds me. I wanted to see if there's that show this weekend. But I may be doing too much, and we're going to the Reptarium tomorrow, and I'm already looking at my finances, gritting my teeth, and I'm trying to not do too much. I wish more stuff was free, because then I would do it all. Uh-oh. No nails, so we're good there. But I see some springtails. Ooh, these are the isopods I want to get. Oh, I can't zoom very good right now. Come on, you stupid stick. Where did you go? So I don't know if these are young or even if they're isopods. They could be a roach or something. I apologize, this is so shaky, but they're very small. They remind me of Florida fasts in a way, and I see them as I am right now, but I never see them in more than 2 or 3, and I want to collect them, but I will one day. Where did you go? I apologize, I lost my view. See that guy's butt. Again, that may be. There's a couple spiders around here too. I don't know if those are Phyllosia muscorums, because they do have that shrimp-like appearance, but I see them always in that small form. I'm very curious about that. I'm happy I actually got to see that live. I wasn't expecting it. If anyone's there, I hope they caught it. Ugh. I don't, the tail end of those is what makes me say no, Wally. Maybe, you know what, the curless side, again, I can't say it, and I'm incredibly unfamiliar. I know Russ has different kinds at Aquarimax, and I'm curious. I want to get those up, but I only see them. That seems to be their max size again, unless those are just an age, an adolescence thing. I don't know. I'm super curious. I haven't got a good enough opportunity to film them. You know, let me go see if I can go. I wish I had my macro lens. I don't have that. Let me go see. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was me almost slipping off of a log. All right. There's that spider now. He's back. Oh man, this is awesome. Again, one of the fascinating things about just, again, this whole getting into the hobby is I never would have appreciated this. I'm going to be collecting and trying to raise snails this season. But it fascinates me how, again, if you're actually watching them, they're not slow. I'm gonna flip this other way really quick. See what I can find. I don't see anything. Oops. Anything on this side any longer. I don't want to disturb that snail, and there's another snail. Now I'm gonna go on the hunt for these guys. So that was, the other side was Wally. Here we have Nanette. And then little Crystal. This is the Kern family. But I don't see any of those guys. Again, I have no real plan to what there are quite a few snails out here. I cannot wait to come back out. Let me go find a log. In fact, let me find something. I know what I'll do. It's just those guys, they're so hard to film because they're small, and again, they very much remind me of Florida Fasts, not so much that they are, just in their demeanor. These guys hang out a little bit, but the moment they realize something's up, they're gone, and they are very quick about it. Let's check this bad boy. No, but we have an awesome, what I assume is a couple Rathkeys. I hope you can see those well. I'm trying to look at the same time that I'm looking through the camera lens, so I apologize. I love the color on that one right there, to the left. I'm gonna flip this back over here in a moment. This is getting me very excited for when I come out and actually start to gather pods. Man, this is getting me excited. All right, you guys. Oh, there's another couple. I have found, oops, kind of almost dropped my camera, I apologize. I have found Oniscus salices. They are actually, I hope you can see through the woods, kind of almost in the middle of the screen, but there's that log that's going horizontally that has most of the bark off of it. They tend to frequent those areas where the bark is still fresh to the falling trees, but not yet fallen off. And again, that's something I'm looking forward to when this weather warms up a little bit. I don't want like to harvest them if it's under like 60, 65. I just want to make sure I don't, you know, freeze them or whatever. So I try to be mindful of that. But that's going to be a big part of my project this season, so to speak. Where last year, I was very new, but I focused mainly on gathering Porcellio spinicornis, and I didn't really gather anything else. I ended up accidentally getting my Trachelopus rathke at that time, but so now I have those two along with Phalosia muscorum, but again, the later two being the muscorums and the rathke, I kind of gathered 3 here, 4 there, and just seen, you know, they snuck in, so to speak. Aside from, I want to say it was this last week where maybe we were on one of our live streams where I was out gathering. I think I did a video. In fact, it was another one, where I was gathering Phalosia muscorums. So, but I want to go really hard on hitting up the Aniscus osaluses this year. And I'm glad I didn't, because I don't know if I would have taken care of them, as their care seems to be a little bit different. But yeah, let's go across. Hopefully not fall this time, because I want to show you without trying to fall. And with, oh no, I'll talk about that later. I'll adjust this, I apologize. Just that. Sorry, let's see now. So this is a lot of my gathering spot. You can see I have, oh, I want to adjust that actually. Where I always say I leave the wood up against the tree. I don't like the fact that this is sitting here. Oops. Sorry, I don't like the fact that that's sitting here like it is. In that right now there will be isopods there, and I don't like to come and gather off them. I try to leave it up off the ground like this, so they have an opportunity to leave and go to the, you know, the ground. So maybe I'll, let me see. In fact, while I'm moving it, I'm curious if I'll find any. I'll put you down for a moment. I have no idea what that view is. I apologize if it's decrepit. Wood. See a worm. It's like spinny corny with an interesting color. Yeah, I see lots of spinicornis here. Let's see. Ooh. This is something I haven't been seeing a lot of. Where did you go? Where are you on here? Can you see that very well? I apologize, I'm zoomed in and it's shaky. That's going to be a big part of, wait a minute, no, that's not what I was looking for, sadly. But yeah, that's going to be a big push of mine this year, is trying to utilize this Man, I'm fascinated by. What I assume are daddy longlegs, but now I think these are what, harvestmen, if I'm not mistaken. But again, I'm not certain of anything anymore. It's amazing how much I'm realizing I don't know. All right. Sadly, none of those guys I'm looking for in here. All right. Oh man. Let's see. There are so many spiders here. It's ridiculous. Snails out like it's nobody's business. So many snails, goodness gracious. I almost feel bad walking out here once I'm aware of all of this. I feel really bad a lot of times. So many snails. Jeez. Couple Rathke here. Thanks for stopping by, Ninja. I hope everything's going good. Sorry you can't hang out, but there will be more streams. It's starting to rain pretty good too, which is unfortunate. And I keep saying, Wally, if you're still here, again, you're talking about that, but I mean, if you can see, this wood is literally the only thing keeping it right now from falling is the fact that the tree on top more or less has it pinned. This stuff is just ready to fall off. But before I come and gather this specific, I want to come with what I assume there's going to be lots of Aniscus osalis in there. So like I say, I mean, this stuff is amazing. I have stuff like this just laying out. Beetles there. Yeah. This stuff again. I hope you can see the fact that it's falling off. This stuff just laying around. A lot of that is what I collected last year. That's why there's not much on here, but again, these ones I'm not in a hurry to collect from. I'll, let them naturally start to fall off. More over there. I'm gonna kind of start heading back because there's more cover and I will get rained on a little bit less, but I do have to go get the kiddos in a little bit. I just was cooped up for far too long. So now that Ninja's gone, everyone knows he's a doo-doo head. I keep forgetting to block him from the streams. He's like a bad rash. He just keeps coming back. Set some of this back up. So, Wally, one thing I'm trying to do is, how would I say, orientate my streams more pointedly. So, for example, what we're kind of, I'm just joking, Ninja, and I'm sure you know that, but part of what we're talking about, like in terms of this potential isopod, I want to do less of coming out and seeing what happens, even though this was more of an impromptu stream for me. But I want to come out and gather Aniscus asalis, or look for moss, or in this case, hunt for that isopod that I can't find. In that, it gives me good drive and focus in my streams. And hey, worst case, I don't find what I'm looking for, and I grab other stuff, have fun, chat, and all of that. So, but I want to start doing that, and this is a kind of reminder of one of those things. I want to come out and do a video where I just gather snails. My next video, just gathering, Aniscus asalis. Next one, the isopod hunt for this unnamed species of mine. So I think it's one of those things. You don't probably do anything on purpose, but you gave me that reminder of how I want to start doing that with my streams. I'm excited for so many projects too. That just reminds me of. What's going on, Simon? And I got to catch up for one moment on. You left a couple comments that I missed, Wally. We're getting the band back together. Yeah, and I want to, and the thing I do like, oh man, that is some good wood right next to some garbage. What I like about that is it gives me a direct chance to just say, hey fans, hey Wally and Simon, what do you guys want to see more of on this channel that you don't see, or just more of on YouTube that you don't see, that maybe I could try to, sorry, I'm kind of right in the mic, that I could accommodate to. Sorry about that, I was kind of screaming right into the mic. Trying to be more conscious of stuff like that too. In fact, it was the live stream I was in with you, Wally, where people were kind of saying, Steve-O, you're too loud. That I'm not generally aware of when I am not listening to my own stream. Just seeing if there's any last minute pieces of wood I want to. In fact, there was one on the back side, I think. Oh wow, yeah, these guys fell over. My poor wood. I love how energetic you are and how accepting Nanette is. Like sometimes I can see she just, oh man, she just loves you. with the silly antics. I love that. Nothing crazy that I see on any of this. Yeah, it's raining pretty good now. That's love right there. Remember a few minutes ago how nice and sunny it was, Wally? And how I told you it's funny how Michigan is exceptionally moody and indecisive this time of the year. And it snowed Monday. Because why not? When I do one of my next ecospheres, this is where I'm going to come. I don't know if I want to, in fact, if you guys have any opinions, so I'm going to cough, I'm going to move this away, and I apologize. So, this water that you see here will only be here, and it's slightly running when the water is high enough from rain or snow melt off. So it'll run from up there down here into the creek, so it can be slightly running depending on the condition of the water. In fact, let me try and get it quick. You can see where it's running pretty good. But should I grab substrate and water for my ecosphere? Or is it a duck coming? Yeah, he's coming. Mallards. Should I grab it from here or the more stagnant water you see kind of up ahead? Which very similarly is, what was that term? Verdant pool? Whereas it's basically dependent on the snow or rain to fill, but when it does, it's more stagnant. It's not running, whereas the water below me is, because it's running kind of in between, getting a mix of, again, I guess more of like, and see, that's what I'm fascinated about too. That algae I see growing. Like I want to grab some of that. It's not a good view right now. I apologize because of the light, but that's awesome, man. I want to grab that. All right, I'm gonna check this, see if it's worth putting up. Not bad. Oops, I zoomed in. I think that's where the turtles may be hanging out. Oops. As I drift away. I may need to note this place to myself. I don't recall that den looking aspect of that being here last year. Hope it's not a skunk or something under there. 35 minutes streaming, so I'll do about another 10 or 15. Then I say I gotta go get ready to get the kiddos. And Wally, I don't know if I did say it. I don't think I said it specifically. Oh, sorry about that, Mallard. Thank you for that information, specifically about the. Sorry, I'm watching the wood that I just placed get blown over. The wood talk and stuff like that. That it incentivizes me, but the way you explained it gives me a good base to look at. And what I mean specifically is it's very difficult for me personally to talk prices with people, but I also am not very good at deducing that information for myself. The way I process information is doesn't make sense a lot of times, and that's one of the aspects I struggle with. So thank you. The way you explained it was more or less perfect. And with that, it's probably not going to be this week. and I'm debating doing a video or having a conversation. Take care, Ninja. It was awesome. I hope you had fun, and we'll see you around soon. And with that, Wally, I want to have a conversation about what to do with that tank for Stripe, like I say, my gecko. That it's just that's what I want to do. Have a conversation with you about it. I don't want to do too much with it. I don't know if it's better for me to trade and invest that space and area in isopods, and it's just something I do want to have a conversation about at some point. But now's not the time with me being here, and I'm sure you have a million D things going on. And ooh, look at that wood! Oh my God! Look at this. That's about an 8 foot by foot and a half. Oh, I'm gonna have to put this down and tend to this really quickly. Is that a toad? No, it's poop. All right. Oh man. Where will I? I'm trying to find a spot to put this where it's kind of out of the rain. I don't think that spot exists right now, so I apologize for this craziness. I'm trying to wrap my thing around this tree. There we go, good enough. If that thing falls in a moment, I apologize. Couple spinny cornies up on there. I just gotta get out of this place. Falling apart. This is beautiful. Ow! Man, I hope my phone's not getting too wet. No, don't. There you go. All right. Ooh, my phone is wetter than I would like. So that's kind of how I have it set up to air itself out. Come back in a couple days after it stops raining. I don't know why I'm going under this. There's a bunch of wood I want to harvest too. And as you can see, it's falling off of this bad boy. It's just calling my name. Hello there. What did I miss? Was I doing something silly or goofy? Ah, there you go. I was confused, but that happens a lot. This is another spot where I mentioned getting stuff for my next ecosphere. This is where it's more stagnant, as you can see. Vernal pool, that's it. or I don't know if it's vernal or vernal, but just remember that. Oh, there we go. That's a female, so there may be a nest here, which is again why I'm not eager to go back there. I feel horrible disturbing them and stressing them out like that. But there's also that stuff that I want to get. So her and I are going to have to come to a compromise. Did the sun come out, or did you just smile at me, Mallard? Do you guys happen to know, either of you, if you're going to be able to attend? Like, I don't know. I'm going to Brian's shop at the Reptarium over here, which again, it surprises me because I've lived near there for so long and didn't know it was there. It just fascinates me. I still only live about 6 miles from the Reptarium, but I used to live, gosh, like within a mile and a half. So I'm excited to go there. My daughters have been there, but with my ex and not with me. And yeah, I see tadpoles pretty frequently. There's a different vernal pool up ahead, kind of where my daughters generally play, where I see them a lot more frequently. I don't generally see them too much in here, but on occasion. See if, in fact, one interesting aspect is a lot of this wood, like for just what you saw me gather over there, if you happen to notice it, it's falling, like you can see it fell off of that tree that's kind of leaning. But my point is, that wasn't out there a few days ago. That was still on the tree. Like, and that's what I like about this. As these seasons go on about me, the wood just kind of falls more and more in season, and I can just grab it up. You know, a lot of this stuff like that you see resting horizontally on the ground there is probably not going to fall off for another year or two. And that's all stuff I can look forward to grabbing over the next couple years too. I mean, they got these pieces you can see laying here. Yeah. Here come those two mallards. And Michigan does not know if it wants to be a perfect day or just to be to ruin everybody's day. This is ridiculous. And look at this. And right now I could take my sweatshirt off and be fine, but then as soon as the sun goes down and it starts raining and getting windy, it's cold. Well, that's awesome, man. I hope you're tending to your little broodlings well. I know you said you had a bunch of them come out. I wouldn't recommend that for them, Ninja. I'm not averse to eating animals. I don't like to let things go to waste. I've been to other countries too where they're a lot more lenient on the things that they eat. With that, I've had duck growing up, but I don't think I've ever had mallard, if there's a difference in terms of the meat, or if you can or cannot eat mallards or not. Since they're mallards, I'm gonna say they fly in flirds, which is part flock, part herd. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but if there's no actual term for what a group of mallards is, that's what it will be going forward. Sorry I took so long, guys. I was reading through the hundreds and hundreds of chats that I have. In fact, talking about my live streams, I'm about due for another garbage day. The weather has been so much, in fact, kind of like this, where it goes from being very nice to being very stinky at the drop of a dime, that when it's been nice like this, I've been wanting to get out and enjoy it and not come out and pick up garbage. But there's so much garbage now, I'm starting to not even be able to come out and enjoy myself. I'm talking about mallards, though, Simon. What are a bunch of mallards? Look at this. There's garbage everywhere. It's disgusting. Lighters, just, man. And then I'll show you guys really quickly also. Yeah, there's so much freaking garbage. So much of this, man. What was that? Is that what that was? Anyway. I've taken you guys here a few times, but this is another good section of wood. But I'm kind of waiting on it. This is kind of a new fall. It's in fact, it's been falling down off of this tree. And as it's been falling, it's not as green as I would like. So I'm kind of letting it I guess I'm farming it a little bit, seeing if it'll green up. There's nothing wrong with it. If I have my way, I'll wait for it to green up and get all that. So hopefully this will do that soon. And hey, if not, in fact, like I keep saying, some of it you can see is doing it to some degree. So more trees falling and waiting. See, this would be a perfect spot to come and snag some isopods. Jeez. I need to schedule another stream, but I don't have time. I want to see if under here... There's one. That may be a Celesticus convolucus. Like you're saying, I actually kind of see the... Convexus celesticus. There's a beetle showing me his butt right there. I hope you could see that. If not, rewind it. Another Trichelopus rathke hanging out. I hope you guys got to see that one before it took off, because they are fast. And Wally and I are discussing trying to figure that one out. Sorry, I think I got loud again there. I again apologize. And I'm noticing they have a tendency to like those fake flat pieces of wood. By fake, I mean human made. Take care, Wally. Thanks for hanging out. I know you're always busy, and I do really appreciate it. Thank you so much for hanging out. That's a nice looking snail. I'm going to be doing worms also, I think. Snails. Yeah. I am going to be wrapping it up here in about 5. I want to do a time check really quick. Yeah, it's 13:55. I'm going to be wrapping it up. I'll walk in with you guys, and then I'm going to wrap up here. I don't know if you guys can hear, but those trees are rubbing in this wind, and it keeps making me think it's going to fall. All right, guys, Wally is gone. We can start talking smack about him now. That's one of the rules of my streams. When someone leaves, we dogpile them. And again, more of this stuff. I'm just waiting for nature to do its thing. And I mean, just look at it. It's calling my name. I have to look up the name, and that name that you mentioned in that live stream, Simon, and that one, like we're not in it. The whatever that species was, could you type that again? And is it an isopod, or because again, I've seen some things that look isopod like, but what was it, like a wharf roach maybe, or something again that I've never really heard of. All right, I'll have to look into that. So you see what I'm talking about, where I tend to see them a lot, which surprises me because, well, it's not rare, but I don't see a lot of isopods where it's creased like this. I see a lot, but they like these flat pieces of, again, human processed wood. Not much going on here, though. And thank you, I appreciate that. Except for, like I was just talking about, look at these freaking worms. I want to Oh, I want to take you guys home. Worms. Ooh, 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 ooh. Awesome. When I'm right, I'm right. And what is this? Now, these are what I'm talking about, where I think this is a larva of something, not an isopod. I'll leave that up for about 5 seconds, then I'm going to head back to... I'll do that in 1 second. There's actually 2 right there, see? Oh, wow, a couple more. I didn't even see these guys before. Where did I go? Sorry. All right. I don't know if that's good enough. So, let me see if I can... Hold on. I don't know if you can see. It looks like 6. I apologize. It's incredibly hard to do any of this. I'm gonna have to step out. This is killing my back. So that was an interesting flip, huh? Now, after you saw those, oh man, I gotta stretch my back. I'm sorry. But after you saw those, do you still think it's that species that you had mentioned prior? I am glad I actually kind of stopped to check that on the way out. In fact, I want to go flip it. So you... All right. Well, and the plot thickens, so to speak. All right. Screenshot some of that video and see. I don't know. I don't know what they are. Which fascinates me in and of itself, but I'm also kind of cranky because now I don't know what that is. But I really want to start gathering them. Yeah, I gotta go in 1 minute or 2, so thank you for hanging out, Simon, and if there's any other mystery watcher, I gotta do my research on whatever that is that I found back there now. Not the larva so much as that what I think is an isopod, but not even sure of that. Let me know your thoughts, Simone. So, and that's Wally said that, or again, I can't say it because I've never heard, but Celestis convex. I don't know, dude. I always just say I know Russ has them. Celesticus convexus. I might have to go back and look at my own live stream and do some research with that now. I don't know. I'm going to be taking off. Simon or anyone else, if you have anything else, say it now or forever hold your peace. I'm trying to rinse some of this mud off my boots. All right. If I had to say how large those are, again, every isopod I have is like a large, slightly larger than the largest dwarf white isopods. Those things are very small. Like I say, Florida Fast, like in terms of size, very small. And I apologize. Yeah, well, again, the fact that I can't even get them in frame is kind of speaking to the fact that they're kind of that small. So I'm gonna take off. I'll try to catch up with you more, but thanks for hanging out and take care of yourself. Take care of the ones you love. Go easy. I'm gonna start bringing stuff like that out too, for sure.